Hey YouTube! Welcome to Market Watch, your weekly segment where we talk about the Digimon card game market. We have some exciting cards to talk about, some weird changes, and of course, with BT10 around the corner, things are looking a little bit awkward for some certain card prices. If you guys are into this content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the notification bell, and smash potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos go live. Omnimons, always start with those. Not much change, not really. Same stuff that we're used to seeing, same price for the most part. But this fell a little bit. This fell a solid like $5 on one X antibody. I guess the hype with this card didn't really live up to expectation, and as such, the card has fallen down in price. Especially now since we're entering like BT10, and a card like this just doesn't seem as intimidating or as forceful as it could be. So maybe there'll be a time for this card in the future, but for right now, I think the price is going to stay low for a bit. This is your reminder, your weekly reminder now to not indulge yourself in the BT10 pre-orders. Cards will start going up very, very soon, as well as the starter decks. Just don't. Just don't. This $120 price point will be a lot lower for a box when the set comes out. I don't know who would buy at such a high price, but man, this is how the stores make their money. Just telling you right now. And I'm a card shop owner. I can tell you, this is how they're making money. I don't do this. I don't believe in it. I don't think you need to do it. But just be cautious. So don't do it. If you think about buying a pre-order for BT10, how about you just take a break? You turn off your computer and then you come back to it later. And that's what I would do. Okay. Tournament Pack Guillemons and Tournament Pack Heroes. I've included these cards because, as you guys might be aware, there's a new Tournament Pack on the horizon, right? Tournament Pack 6. This didn't see as much time as it normally should. And I'm looking for 4 of each. So if anybody has a good deal on these cards, hit me up, because I would like 4 of each of these for content. Death Xmon alt art at $90 going up, because BT10 again is around the corner. This is one of those cards that a lot of decks will be playing. Like every time you play a BT10 game or match, you'll have to think, oh, does my opponent have Death Xmon? Maybe I should play around that. They probably will. They probably will. That's the power this card holds, and that's why this card is going up in price. So be very wary with this card. The regular art is also just going up, so I hope you got them when the set came out back when they were like $38 or whatever that was, because if you did, making some money, let me tell you. Eismon Scatter Mode Store Championship is going kind of down in price. Store Championships are still going, obviously, and, more and more with these will be listed. Keep in mind that this is a sought-after card that you need 4 copies of in your deck. I see it going a little bit lower, to be honest, but there will come a time where this card is really good, I'm sure, and it'll explode. So, take that as you will. Next up, Black War Greymon alternate art. Yep, there's really not much to say here. It recovered from its buyout. You guys remember when the BT11 Black War Grey support got announced, and this happened basically? Yeah, we're back to normal. The hype has calmed down a little bit. So if you missed the boat, now might be a good time to pick up some copies of this card. Try to get some light plays for $33, otherwise settle for a $4 Nearman if you have to. It's calming down though. I don't expect it to go too much lower in price, because this card, you're playing 4 of it next format if you're playing this deck. I'm telling you right now. Next up, Demi Vmon Ultimate Cup is starting to increase in price. When cards get announced that have jamming as a keyword ability, basically, it causes a card like this to go up in price, because it's basically a free draw. Now, to be fair, this might be a little bit of a hype price. Maybe, but it has slowly been going up. We do have one more round of Ultimate Cups, supposedly where these prize cards will be the same. So maybe you wait a little bit if you want this card. I know I'm holding on to a play set. I don't plan on moving it anytime soon. Maybe you hold on to it. You wait, write it out. Because in a year from now, this will be a lot more than $40 if jamming is relevant, which it probably will be. Yeah. Event Pack Jesmon. I'm bringing this one up because we've been testing BT10 Jesmon, and this card just isn't as powerful, unfortunately. You maybe run one. You maybe run one of this card. That being said, because of that, I do think this card will be lower than this over time. Just gotta wait it out a little bit. This Agumon is almost $30. Has been seeing a little bit of an increase in movement all throughout the format, but I think the increases have kind of spiked a little bit, as you can see from the pricing data here. Because I got rid of one basically for like $20-ish 2 weeks ago or something like that. You know, it's going up. It's going up, and you should probably consider that. It might be hype, or might be legit. I don't know. There's still more of Impact 2 on the horizon, though. There's still more regionals, Ultimate Cups, all that. I think this card will probably settle soon. Megadramon. Speaking of this stuff, you might want to make sure you have your copies of this card, or the store champion, or the champion version of it, or whatever. Security +1 for your Machine Dramon hype is pretty cool. I mentioned this like a month ago, maybe longer than that, I don't know. But you might want to make sure, if you are into that strategy, to make sure you have copies of this card, because it could go up in price. Vmon. I'm not going to cover all of the Vmons, because some of them didn't really move too much, and some of them moved a lot with the hype. Like this one, where a participant Vmon is $40. What did I guys tell you? Remember? Do you remember? Do you remember? Who remembers? If we get all 4 support, this will go up in price because it warps right into it. That's what this card does. And now this regional pack is done because we have the new one with the Lydramon. This. I don't know why it's over here. This is the new pack. This is the new stuff. This is what people want to see. There's no listings right now, unfortunately, but you know what I mean? There's more of this going around right now and less of this going around right now. So I hope you guys listened, and I hope you guys picked up your copies, because now you don't. Now you don't do it. Store Championship Guillemon. I wanted to bring this up for a reason. First of all, $35 is a steal compared to these prices. But second of all, if you search Guillemon, somebody mentioned this to me the other day, or in the last Market Watch. This Tailored Evolution box Guillemon is another alternate art. I don't have a picture of it, unfortunately. Someone was saying this is probably the max rarity version of the card. I think the answer solely depends on quantity. What I mean by that is that how many Tamer Evolution boxes 2s are there compared to how many store championship winners are there. Because for every store championship, there is one of these made, compared to basically a lot more of these Guillemons made. That is one factor to consider. Another factor might be the artwork. Maybe people will compare the artwork. I can't tell you for life of me what this card looks like. I don't remember. But, you know, some people will be going off and on. Even look at the quantities available. 4 versus 31. We'll see what happens as time, you know, progresses. This won't see any real action until a good Guillemon is released, at which point it will go up, because it warps into Guillemon. And then we'll see who thinks what is the true max rarity. And, by the way, just make sure you have all this pre-release Guillemon X Antibody. This Guillemon. Because you never know. Alright, Pitomon Winter Pack X Record. I didn't know this card existed. Just so you guys know, this card exists. It looks better than the max rarity version, which I guess is the Judge Stamp promo of it. So take that as you will. Crimson Blaze pre-release. I'd like to mention this card. It's going down in price, and you should probably consider having your copies of it because of its destruction effect, its potential cheap playability, and the floodgate effect especially. I would make sure you have a playset of this card. I would. Next up, All Force Digimon. Now, you might be wondering, why am I covering this card? As much as we like to say this is the max rarity of this card, it's not. It's not the max rarity of this card. We have the DC Grand Prix from last year. You guys remember that? You guys remember the DC Grand Prix? Well, unfortunately, unless your wallet is made of gold, you have to settle for this as max rarity. I know that I don't care, so I'm not going to invest in this. But if you want to play a nice copy of this card, this might be the copy you have to play. And it's going up in price, so you should probably just hold back for a while, in my opinion. Guillemon alternate art is going down in price. It's $15. I think this is a good buy, because this card will go up one day when it gets the right amount of support because of that inheritable. Just so you know. Wizardmon had a little bit of a price spike, but it seems to be calming back down. There were some higher end listings here, as you can see, but we're back down to reasonable price points for this card. It's really only good in select strategies, and because of that, I think it goes down a little bit more. However, you know, every time we get mill support, this card will always be up for contention, and it might see hype because of it, because of, you know, the availability of the promos. That's all for that. Okubamon. This is my green honorable mention for the Market Watch. It's going down in price because green is kind of falling out of favor, despite the fact that it just won at regionals. That being said, though, this, the Palmon, the Grand Kuwagamon, everything, it's all going down in price. But don't forget that this, in Japan, did see Tier 1 play in BT10. And I think that this is a perfectly viable deck in BT10 until EX3, where we get Hydramon, and then Bloom Lord's probably just the way. So, if you're not careful with this card, I think it goes down in price still. But you might want to make sure you have copies of it, because you never know what could happen. You never know what crazy green person will bring a green deck to a regional and do well with it. We just don't know. Next up, Black War Greymon. Again, the hype. We brought out the regular art earlier, the alternate art earlier, and now it's, you know, it's $12 now. So it's kind of calmed down a little bit from this high of, like, whatever it was, $15 or something like that. Something crazy, I don't know. A lot of listings. If you're lucky, it falls another couple bucks, but I would watch, and I would be very careful with this card. Again, you need 4 copies of it if you're playing this deck in the next format. Jerry Altart. Don't be tricked by this $5, $6 listing here, because it is going up in price. Jerry's a really good tamer. And anytime we get Leomon support, Jerry will always go up in price. You might want to make sure you have your Jerrys. And finally, Chimeramon. It's under 10 bucks. You get your copies now. Just get them. They might even fall some more. They might even fall more. But keep your eyeball on it. You have a great chance to get this card for very cheap. That's it for this week's Market Watch. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did I miss anything? Did I cover everything? Let me know in the comments. Bye.